Oh, trust me, there's more than one way to realize the legend. I wanna be a Super Saiyan! I wanna! Push-ups, sit-ups, and plenty of juice. And besides, my heart is pure. Pure, unadulterated, badass.
That's right, everybody. We're taking a look at Super Saiyan Vegeta. First, we're just going to take a look at the packaging right here. So this figure is actually being, or actually already is, re-released. But this is the original version. I got a very nice look at Vegeta there on the front of the box. I will compare the boxes because I did get the re-release version too as well. Got Super Saiyan Vegeta right there on the front. Your Tamashii Nations logo right there. Got the Dragon Ball Z logo and the Toei Animation and your Bandai logos and whatnot all over the front of the box. Very nice window packaging. Super Saiyan Vegeta, Awakened Super Saiyan Blood. And on the back, you got lots of different shots of the figure, just to kind of, show him off all around on the back there, so you can recreate some of those poses if you like. At the top, there's really not much going on. On the sides, I really do love how they do the Dragon Ball boxes with these kind of little kind of square sections showing the figure off. Nothing much at the bottom, just besides Vegeta's face. Nothing much at the top besides Vegeta's face. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. For the packaging, standard, Bandai packaging and whatnot. So, comparing the box to the re-release box, just to kind of show you guys, what a re-release will look like. Now, the boxes will be similar. There might be some slight color variation or gradient or filter on the pictures, but there are some clear differences that you can, decipher and see which one is actually the re-release. So, looks like the re-release's hair, actually, it might be a little bit more shinier than the, the original one. But that might just be my eyes tricking me. Although it does kind of look a little bit different. I can tell there are some, small differences between the two. I'm actually going to make a custom out of the re-release one, but putting the figure off to a side. The main thing to tell is the stickers right here and here. The re-release, if they ever do re-releases, the sticker will be much smaller than the original one. Nothing too much change. The box also kind of maybe looks a little bit bigger for the re-release. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. So going over the figure's details first off, there's not going to be too much to talk about, but, because for the most part, it's just your kind of classic, Saiyan armor body, so there's really nothing too special going on. And I did kind of take a look at the other Vegeta figure that I did a review on, and I believe they share similar, body components, at least I think. But yeah, I mean, the sculpt work is really nice, per usual with Bandai and Tamashii Nations and figuarts and such. Very nice muscle sculpt work here. Feels very nice to touch. It's got a very nice matte finish to it. The boots here, nice color. And you do got these kind of Saiyan armor type of shoes. And the white gloves too, of course. Very nicely sculpted and colored and whatnot. And his torso is pretty nicely painted up too as well. Not a lot of errors with this, actually. With the re-release one, I saw in the package there might be a little bit of an error on the chest, at least from what I saw. But I mean, this thing looks pretty good. And all things considered, the paintwork's pretty nice. Not sure how I feel about the color of the yellow. I think it might be accurate. I'm not 100% sure. But the sculpt work is very nice for this body, and he's painted up pretty nicely. Now, the one thing I do like about this, specific version is the kind of like shiny hair. I just really do like the shiny hair. It kind of emanates a glow, as you can probably see on my camera right now. It's feels like it's kind of glowing a little bit. But I mean, it's a really nice shine to it, and I really enjoy the kind of almost color gradient with like a kind of a darker looking yellow towards the hair. And the face is painted up pretty nicely. That definitely looks like Vegeta. And they did a pretty, swell job at capturing likeness to Vegeta himself. But, that's pretty much it for details. Not too much to go over since we've kind of seen this body a little bit before, just with some slight differences. But other than that, we should get into some of his, accessories, because he does come with quite a bit. Here are his accessories laid out. Now let's take a look at them. So right out of the box, he does come with these, classic Saiyan armor fists. Nothing too crazy or special about these. You get them with a lot of the figures. Then he does come with these kind of, about to fight or fight stance type of hands, which, look pretty nice. There's nothing too crazy about these fists or hands either. Then he does come with these kind of grippy or, blast effect type of hands that are packed with pretty much every Dragon Ball figure. So there's nothing too crazy about these either. Then he does come with these kind of splayed out hands, which is like a finished blast hand, or you can use them for, pretty much just about anything. Then he does come with a Vegeta signature style type of accessory, which is his thumbs up. Then he does come with this crossed arms accessory, which I will show you how to put these on. So putting the crossed arms on, what you're going to do is you're going to take the bicep right here, just detach it from the shoulder like so. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the other arm, detach it from the bicep too as well. And I just kind of flung him across my review station. That's nice. So we'll just fix him back up. And then basically what we're going to do here is we're going to take the crossed arms, and there will be these holes here which the pegs go into. You can do it one by one, which I'm going to try to do. You just get one in and then swing the arm around, which I'm guessing it's not going to work for me that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the shoulders in a forward position, and then we'll just do them both at once. So just bring it up here and just kind of, peg it on in as best as you can. These arms usually never like to stay in as it is, so just get them in as best as possible. Might take a little bit of finagling, but once it's in there, it is definitely in there, and you will have him, kind of in a crossed arms position. And it's pretty nice. I love how Bandai, and figuarts, does this for their Vegeta figures at least. Just kind of give them that expression, because Vegeta is 9 times out of 10 always crossing his arms. So when it does come to head sculpts right out of the box, you do get his kind of frowning face, which is painted up pretty nicely. It's a classic Vegeta little kind of frown face. Then you get a Vegeta smirking face, which is a must-have for any Vegeta figure. You need him to have that smirk face. And it is also painted up very nicely too as well. Then you get a screaming Vegeta face, which is pretty nice too as well. And I know I keep saying that, but these faces are pretty painted well. I love how they actually painted the mouth. The mouth paint just looks super clean to me. And it just looks, looks pretty great. So now let's take a look at his articulation. So going over Vegeta's articulation, it's going to be pretty straightforward. Some things we've seen before, but his head looks up pretty much about that far. So you can get some pretty decent range looking up. And as far as looking down, he can look down pretty much all the way. Does have some side to side. Head can spin a full 360. And it does go all the way around. He does have a butterfly joint, goes forward about that far, back not so much. And as far as his arms do go, they can spin a full 360. They can go up about that far. Does have a bicep swivel. Double hinged elbows, goes about that far. Say hinge and swivel at the wrist right there. And then as far as the torso goes, he can crunch forward about that far, go back about that far, and you can actually lift it up a little bit for some extra range. So with the extra range, he goes forward that far and back pretty much that far. Does leave a gap though. Does have kind of a waist rotation at the bottom. As for the legs, I guess they can't go that far. Yeah, I did not expect that to happen. I almost thought I broke it. So just snapping that back on, his leg can go up pretty much about that far. Kind of limited. I wish it would go a little bit farther. Don't know why it won't. But going back, it goes back about that far. Does have a upper thigh swivel. Double hinge and bend at the knee. And then as for the foot, Does have some side-to-side rotation, slight pivot or tilt, not too much. The foot does go down about that far, but then if you hinge it back, it goes forward about that far. And then he does have a toe bend. So he's pretty decently articulated. Wish the legs were a little bit more articulated, but with articulation out of the way, let's do a pose test.
Fly away.
So, I hope you guys enjoyed that little pose test, but now let's get to the scale of this guy. So, here is the Super Saiyan Vegeta, and I'm just going to scale him up with some of the other Dragon Ball figures that I do have. So, here he is next to, of course, Goku, the specifically Saiyan raised on Earth figuarts Goku. And I think they work out pretty well, because Vegeta is supposed to be, a little bit shorter, not counting the hair. Yeah, I think that works out pretty well, so if you have that guy. Then here is I believe the re-release version of the Super Saiyan Trunks Super Saiyan Latent Power, I believe it's called. I think they work pretty good together, because I think Trunks was actually taller than Vegeta, if I remember correctly. Yeah, these guys work out pretty well together, and they did show up in the Cell Saga. So there they are. Now, here's kind of a little bit of an interesting comparison, because both of these bodies are the same, because I did end up getting two of these Super Saiyan Vegetas. So I had two of them, and I just kind of did a head swap with the superhero Vegeta to make a powered down Vegeta. But there that is. And now let's take a look at regular Trunks. This is the original version, not the reissue. You could tell it's the original version by just how loose these legs are. So that's pretty much how they stack up next to each other. I think it works out pretty fair. Even though this is an older figure, but I think it works out pretty well. Now here is an older Vegeta figure, which is the Saiyan Saga Vegeta with the monkey tail, and I think he works out pretty well. They're about the same height. It's just that that Vegeta's a little bit dated. And here is a kind of newer Vegeta, which is the Namek Saga 24,000 power level Vegeta. And this Vegeta is a little bit more accurate. This one is more accurate to the Cell Saga, and the 24,000 power level is more accurate to the Saiyan Saga, but I think it works out pretty well. So, as for some final thoughts for this guy, he's pretty good. I mean, it's a Saiyan body, so it's gonna have, it's kind of small limitations with certain stuff, but other than that, I really do thoroughly enjoy this figure. I really do like the metallic yellow hair, and that's what really drew me to this one. Aside from the maybe other Super Saiyan Vegeta figures, just because of the metallic hair, I just really do like the style that they did for the hair, and I think it just more accurately represents the Cell Saga version of Vegeta, and this Saiyan armor body is pretty good, all things considered. I wish he had better foot articulation, and I wish those legs could maybe kick up a little bit more. As you could see within the video, his leg just popped off. I just really wish there were some more range with the leg area, but other than that, everything else is just pretty good. I really do like the face plates he comes with, and I think he's a very nicely painted and fairly good Vegeta figure. There's nothing I can't really say wrong about him. because there's nothing too wild or too crazy about it. It is just a Vegeta figure if you want one. Although I really do wish they did a powered down Vegeta. I don't know why they haven't done that. I just find that a little bit odd. But all in all, this figure is really great, and you can pick him up now because he's actually been re-released. Mine right now is the original version, but he has been re-released. But anyway, that's it for this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.